Hey guys, tonight we're going to step into the fragrant world of Renaissance pharmacies. Imagine yourself walking through a narrow, dimly lit street in Florence or Venice, a thin mist of cool evening air brushing your skin. The cobblestone underfoot feels worn, uneven from centuries of foot traffic. The earthy scent of wet stone mingles with something far more powerful, lavender. You can almost smell it now, can't you? This is the scent that filled the air in apothecaries of the Renaissance. It wasn't just for the smell, though. Lavender was an essential ingredient in the remedies and rituals of the time. It was in the air you breathed, the potions you drank, and even the linens you slept on. You'd have smelled it everywhere. Its rich purple flowers and powerful aroma, a signature scent of life during the Renaissance. But let's take a moment to consider why lavender would even be part of a pharmacy's daily operation. After all, lavender's calming floral scent might seem more suited for a garden or a perfume bottle than a space meant for dealing with deathly plagues, ailments, and mysterious potions. But the more we dive into this world, the more we realize just how much lavender meant beyond its fragrance. It was a powerhouse, a natural remedy that combined a bouquet of benefits: medicinal, therapeutic, and even protective. And for the people of the Renaissance, those qualities were crucial to their survival in a world full of dangers both known and unknown. So before you get comfortable, take a moment to like the video and subscribe, but only if you genuinely enjoy what I do here. Where are you from, by the way? Post your location and local time. I'd love to know where in the world you're listening to tonight's journey. Whether you're in a busy city or a quiet countryside, it's always fascinating to see how far this history can reach. Now dim the lights, maybe turn on a fan for that soft background hum, and let's ease into tonight's journey together. You're probably wondering what's so special about lavender. Why, out of all the herbs in Renaissance gardens, was it considered essential in a pharmacy? Why did the apothecaries use it so much, even mixing it into remedies for everything from headaches to insomnia? Was it just about the smell? And could it really have been effective in protecting people from the deadly diseases of the time? Let's start by thinking about the Renaissance period itself, a time of great change, but also great uncertainty. Europe was caught between a past steeped in medieval superstition and a future slowly dawning with scientific discoveries. People lived in constant fear of disease, especially after the traumatic years of the Black Death. The plague wasn't just an event, it was a shadow that loomed over the lives of Renaissance men and women. And for many, lavender was considered not just a soothing scent, but a shield against the invisible enemy in the air. Lavender's use in the Renaissance pharmacies wasn't just based on pleasant smells. It was widely believed to have medicinal properties, both physical and spiritual. In an age before antibiotics, before vaccines, before even a real understanding of germs, people turned to herbs and plants for protection. Lavender, with its potent fragrance, was thought to be able to purify the air, driving away disease. This belief became especially important during the Black Death, the plague that decimated much of Europe in the mid-14th century. People believed that burning lavender or placing it in rooms could cleanse the air and keep away the miasma, a term used at the time to describe harmful vapours that were thought to carry disease. But lavender wasn't just about protecting people from the air, it was also thought to heal them. In Renaissance pharmacies, it wasn't uncommon to find lavender infused in oils, balms and potions that promised to heal ailments, ranging from digestive issues to minor wounds. And of course, it was a popular ingredient in perfumes. With its fresh, slightly sweet scent, lavender was used in everything from soaps to oils, and it even found its way into the Renaissance court of the Medici family, where it became a symbol of wealth and refinement. You can almost picture the nobles strolling through their gardens, their robes scented with lavender, thinking of it as both a luxury and a health remedy. Historians still argue whether it was truly effective in fighting the Black Death, but one thing is clear: lavender was loved, cherished, and respected. It was more than just a plant, it was a tool of survival. Imagine walking into one of these Renaissance pharmacies. The shelves would be lined with jars of dried herbs, powders, and potions. You would see bundles of lavender hanging from the rafters, its purple flowers swaying slightly in the draft, filling the space with its calming aroma. Apothecaries weren't just making medicine, they were making a connection between health, cleanliness, and the power of nature. The scent was almost as important as the medicine itself, a reminder that health was not just about what went inside your body, but also about what surrounded you. Lavender wasn't the only herb with these protective qualities, but it was perhaps the most popular. It was easy to grow, and it could be used in a variety of ways, making it a favourite in the apothecary's toolkit. Rosemary, sage, and thyme were also common, but lavender's versatility gave it an edge. It could be made into a tincture, a tea, or simply left in bundles to infuse the air. The uses were endless. It wasn't just about healing physical ailments. Lavender, as it is today, was also thought to have a calming effect on the mind. In an age where stress and anxiety were as much a threat as disease, the soothing properties of lavender were a comfort. In fact, people often turned to lavender to help with insomnia, depression, and even migraines. It wasn't uncommon for Renaissance families to place sprigs of lavender under their pillows to aid sleep, or to use lavender oil as a calming agent before bed. Of course, as with many aspects of Renaissance medicine, some of these beliefs were rooted more in tradition than science. Historians still debate whether lavender truly had the medicinal power it was credited with, but the fact remains that it was one of the most highly regarded plants of its time. Its role in the Renaissance pharmacy went far beyond its pleasant aroma. It became a symbol of health, cleanliness, and protection, values that were sorely needed during the turbulent times of plague and uncertainty. But the appeal of lavender wasn't just about medicine. It became a symbol of refinement, of luxury. The wealthier classes, especially in places like Florence and Rome, began to use lavender in their clothing, in their perfumes, and even in the treatment of their linens. Lavender's association with the aristocracy only grew over time, and it became one of the most sought-after fragrances in Europe. It was no longer just a humble herb for the apothecaries. It was a statement of class, a sign that you had access to something rare and expensive. Lavender's reach spread far beyond pharmacies and into the courts and homes of the rich and powerful. And so, as we wind down from the bustling world of the Renaissance pharmacy, it's clear that lavender's legacy wasn't just about scent. It was a medicine, a symbol of cleanliness, and a mark of refinement. It was woven into the very fabric of Renaissance life, linking health and luxury in ways that still resonate today. Lavender wasn't just a cure-all, it was also an anchor in the ever-evolving medical landscape of the Renaissance. It played a key role in the era's understanding of health, which was slowly shifting from medieval superstition to more systematic and empirical approaches. In those days, the idea of illness was often tied to humours, the balance of bodily fluids that regulated everything from mood to vitality. If someone was sick, it was believed that one of their humours was out of balance, and that's where lavender came in. It was thought to restore equilibrium, calming the body and mind, and helping to keep those all-important humours in check. Imagine a time when no one knew what bacteria was, and there were no germ theories. Your remedy could come from a handful of herbs that you would chew, drink as a tea, or rub into your skin. You could almost feel the power of nature working its magic. So, lavender was used to treat everything from headaches to digestive problems, and even used to ease the symptoms of depression. It was used in oils, lotions, and potions that were believed to bring balance to the body and mind. Apothecaries, the Renaissance predecessors to modern-day pharmacists, were the masterminds behind these remedies, grinding lavender into tinctures or infusing it into vinegar and wine to help ward off illnesses. The idea was simple yet revolutionary. Nature could be harnessed to maintain health and wellness. But while lavender was widely regarded as a miracle herb, its use wasn't just practical. It was also deeply embedded in the cultural and spiritual fabric of the time. Remember that during the Renaissance, the boundaries between medicine and spirituality were often blurred. Religious practices, folk rituals, and beliefs in the unseen forces of the world played an important role in how people approached their health. The use of lavender wasn't just about treating the body, it was about treating the spirit too. Historians still argue whether people truly understood how lavender worked, or if they simply placed faith in it because it was a part of long-standing traditions. But it was no coincidence that lavender's presence in Renaissance apothecaries coincided with the growing awareness of science and experimentation. Think about it. This was the same time that the works of Galen, Hippocrates, and other ancient scientists were being rediscovered. People were beginning to realize that there was a logical order to the world, even in the realm of health. In this context, lavender's reputation as a healing herb took on new significance. It wasn't just about folklore, it was a nod to a new way of thinking about the body and its natural defenses. Lavender's connection to the medical community wasn't just symbolic, It had practical applications too. In fact, it was used in much more than just traditional remedies. During outbreaks of plague and other contagious diseases, people often turned to lavender to help purify the air. Whether through the burning of lavender in incense or the sprinkling of lavender oils throughout the home, it was believed that the scent could clear the miasma, the invisible toxins believed to cause disease. This wasn't just superstition. In a time when knowledge of disease transmission was limited, lavender was a tangible way of coping with a chaotic and unpredictable world. And while the use of lavender as a disinfectant and purifier might sound a bit quaint now, it wasn't entirely without merit. Lavender's antimicrobial properties have been confirmed by modern science, and it is known to have some efficacy in killing bacteria and fungi. But back in the Renaissance, the connection between lavender and disease prevention was rooted in the notion of airborne illnesses. People didn't understand viruses or bacteria the way we do today, but they understood that bad smells often meant bad health. And so, lavender became a symbol of protection, not just against physical illness, but against the unseen threats of the world. Lavender wasn't the only herb with such a reputation during the Renaissance. Rosemary, thyme, and sage also had their place in the apothecaries' arsenal. But lavender stood out because of its versatility and its association with not just physical health, but spiritual and emotional well-being. This was an era when people were often deeply connected to nature, believing that plants, flowers, and herbs held the keys to health, happiness, and balance. Lavender, with its deep purple hue and soothing fragrance, seemed to embody that connection. It was both a physical and metaphysical remedy. Historians still debate how much of lavender's success can be attributed to actual medicinal qualities and how much was due to the power of belief. It's possible that the scent itself had a calming effect, influencing people's perception of their health as well as their emotional state. Lavender's reputation as a healer may have been bolstered by the fact that it was so widely used and trusted in times of crisis. The more people turned to it, the more it became ingrained in the collective consciousness as the go-to remedy for a variety of ailments. There's also the matter of ritual. In Renaissance apothecaries, the use of lavender wasn't just about mixing it into an oil or creating a remedy, it was a part of a larger ritualistic practice. The process of making these remedies was often performed with reverence, as though the act itself carried spiritual significance. This deep connection between health and spirituality was pervasive throughout the Renaissance. Apothecaries often saw themselves as not only medical practitioners, but also as spiritual guides. Lavender, in its many forms, was part of that spiritual tradition. It wasn't just about healing the body, it was about aligning the body with the soul and with the natural world. As the Renaissance progressed, and with it the development of new medical theories and techniques, lavender began to lose its central place in pharmacy, but it never disappeared entirely. Its use continued well into the modern era, and today lavender remains one of the most popular herbs in the world, beloved for its calming scent and its various health benefits. But even as we look back at the Renaissance and the era of the apothecaries, we must remember that it was a time of experimentation and transition. Lavender may have been used for health, but it was also part of a larger cultural shift, a shift from medieval thinking to a more scientific approach to medicine. And yet, even today, lavender still holds its place as both a remedy and a symbol of a simpler, more natural world. Historians still argue about the exact reasons lavender became so prominent during the Renaissance. But one thing is clear, it was much more than just a flower. It was a part of a greater cultural story, one that wove together health, spirituality, and science. And even today, as you smell a hint of lavender in a modern-day pharmacy or in your grandmother's home, you can't help but wonder how much of its power still holds sway over us. As we move further into the heart of Renaissance apothecaries, let's take a closer look at the world these herbal healers occupied. It wasn't a sterile, white-tiled space like you might imagine today. In fact, walking into a Renaissance pharmacy was like stepping into a sensory overload, a chaotic, fragrant, and somewhat mystical environment. Imagine the dim light filtering through a small window, casting long shadows over wooden shelves filled with jars, bottles, and bundles of dried herbs. The air would be thick with the mingling smells of various herbs, oils, resins, and tinctures, and of course the unmistakable scent of lavender. In the corner, there might be a large copper still, a relic of ancient alchemy, where a skilled apothecary would distill oils and extracts from plants. The walls could be covered in tapestries depicting ancient medicinal practices, or maybe even the occasional celestial map, as the Renaissance saw a renewed interest in astrology and its influence on health. Apothecaries during this time weren't just chemists or doctors, they were also philosophers, astrologers, and sometimes even magicians in the eyes of the public. People believed that their knowledge of the natural world gave them an almost mystical ability to heal. But there was something more practical too. Apothecaries were central to the day-to-day survival of many people. While many elite members of society had their own private physicians, the common folk would often turn to the apothecary for remedies. These could range from simple concoctions to complex multi-ingredient potions. The idea was that a well-stocked apothecary could provide you with almost anything you needed to cure what ailed you, or at least offer a comforting treatment to ease your mind. Now, when we think of these apothecaries, it's important to understand their role in a broader historical context. The Renaissance, particularly in the 15th century, marked a time when medical knowledge was slowly transitioning from mystical or folk remedies toward more scientifically grounded practices. This was the age of Vesalius and Paracelsus, who were both revolutionizing the way people understood the human body. Vesalius was challenging traditional anatomy, while Paracelsus was pushing for the use of chemicals and minerals in healing. Yet, in the middle of all this newfound knowledge, the apothecary was still using many traditional remedies, relying on nature's herbs and flowers like lavender, which had been used for centuries before. Interestingly, lavender wasn't just reserved for the more serious medical treatments. It also had a role in everyday life. It was used for cleaning and sanitizing homes, protecting clothes from pests, and even as a form of air freshener. Lavender's essential oils were believed to purify not only the air but also the home, driving out negative spirits and bad energy. In a time when cleanliness was often considered a luxury, the presence of lavender represented a simple yet powerful means of maintaining hygiene. Lavender's association with cleanliness went beyond just being a household remedy, though. It became a key player in the rituals of purification that were so prevalent during the Renaissance. In a world where illness was often blamed on bad air and miasma, purification was a constant concern. Incense, burning herbs, and fragrant waters were all part of the process of cleaning spaces. Lavender, with its refreshing scent and perceived protective qualities, was used to fumigate homes, churches, and even the sick rooms of the ill. Imagine a Renaissance household where you could walk into a room and immediately be greeted by the soothing aroma of lavender. It wasn't just a sign of cleanliness, it was a sign of safety. The apothecary's work was not just about mixing ingredients in the back room. It was a deeply communal practice. People didn't just go to the apothecary when they were sick. They visited regularly for consultations, for advice on health and well-being, and to pick up their weekly supply of lavender-infused oils or tonics. Apothecaries were seen as wise figures in the community, able to provide both physical and spiritual remedies. It wasn't unusual for them to be consulted on personal matters too, as their knowledge of herbs and plants was considered almost mystical. They were the keepers of ancient wisdom, blending the art of healing with the mysteries of nature. Historians still argue whether apothecaries were truly seen as a higher authority in the medical community during the Renaissance, or if they were more akin to today's alternative healers. Some suggest that they were revered as the essential experts in their field, while others propose that their status was more ambivalent. But what is clear is that they played a pivotal role in the day-to-day lives of people, particularly in a time when formal medical training was still in its infancy. In fact, apothecaries were among the first to experiment with what we might now consider modern-day pharmacology. They were mixing herbs and chemicals to create potent concoctions, not always understanding the scientific basis behind them, but often noticing the results. It wasn't a far leap to the later development of the pharmaceutical industry, which would eventually move away from herbal remedies toward more synthetic treatments. But during the Renaissance, the apothecary was at the forefront of blending the old with the new, offering a wide variety of treatments that range from herbal to alchemical. So, what does this tell us about lavender's place in all of this? Lavender wasn't just an ingredient in a formula, it was a symbol of the bridging of two worlds, the ancient world of herbalism and alchemy, and the emerging world of scientific inquiry. Apothecaries weren't just mixing potions, they were part of a wider cultural shift that sought to find answers in nature, not just through magic or divine intervention. Lavender's place in this world was essential, not just because of its medicinal properties, but because it was accessible, affordable, and versatile. It was part of the foundation of Renaissance medicine, a period marked by experimentation and rediscovery. And for the common person, lavender was a familiar ally in a time when health was an unpredictable, often dangerous affair. The scent of lavender in the air wasn't just comforting, it was a reminder that nature held the keys to survival. Today, we still use lavender in much the same way, though it's found its place in everything from aromatherapy to luxury skincare products. But in the Renaissance, it was more than just a luxury or a fragrant plant. It was a tool for survival, a comforting presence in a world full of uncertainty. The next time you take a deep breath of lavender, whether in a candle, a sachet, or a calming tea, take a moment to imagine how it would have felt to live in that world. A world where the scent of lavender wasn't just pleasant, it was a lifeline. As you step deeper into the world of Renaissance pharmacies, you may begin to wonder just how this space became so integral to daily life. You see, these early apothecaries didn't just focus on health in the traditional sense. They were a fusion of science, art, and philosophy. Their shops were part medical practice, part laboratory, and part social space, where the community would come together to seek remedies, advice, and even solace in times of fear and sickness. Imagine the apothecary as both a healer and a social figure, someone who held both the trust of the people and the weight of ancient knowledge. It wasn't just the herbs and tinctures that made these apothecaries essential, it was their role in shaping the very understanding of health during the Renaissance. But to understand this connection fully, we need to consider what made a Renaissance pharmacy unique. These pharmacies didn't look anything like the sterile clinical settings we might envision today. Instead, they were filled with scents, sounds, and sights that were both overwhelming and fascinating. Jars of dried herbs lined the shelves, their labels scribbled in Latin or old dialects, each promising to treat everything from headaches to stomach pains. Bundles of lavender, tied together in neat purple bunches, hung from the rafters, releasing their soothing aroma into the cramped, warm space. The air was thick with the scent of burnt incense, the earthy aroma of crushed herbs, and the sweet smell of oils and waxes being prepared for use. If you were walking into such a place, it would almost feel like a mystical journey into a world where medicine and magic collided. The apothecary's tools were simple but crucial to their craft. Mortars and pestles made of stone or wood were used to grind herbs and spices into fine powders, which would then be mixed into ointments or salves. Copper stills were used to distill essential oils, and finely woven bags held dried lavender and other herbs, ready to be turned into medicines or placed in sachets for the home. This was the heart of Renaissance medical practice, where ancient knowledge was passed down through generations, mixed with new ideas that were starting to emerge during the era of scientific discovery. One of the most fascinating aspects of this period was how apothecaries balanced the old with the new. The Renaissance was a time of great intellectual change. The rediscovery of ancient texts and the revival of classical learning meant that ideas from the Greek and Roman eras were being reintroduced, and many of these ideas had long been forgotten during the Middle Ages. One such rediscovered idea was the importance of balance in the body's humours: blood, phlegm, yellow bile, and black bile. When one of these humours was out of balance, it was believed to cause illness, and herbs like lavender were thought to help restore harmony. But while the practice of balancing humours was still in use, the Renaissance also brought forward more scientific approaches to health. The study of anatomy was being revived, with figures like Andreas Vesalius leading the charge in dissecting cadavers and questioning long-held medical ideas. The rise of alchemy also played a crucial role in this transition, with apothecaries experimenting with different compounds to make new medicines. Lavender, for instance, was often combined with other herbs, like rosemary and thyme, to make concoctions that would treat everything from indigestion to fever. In this context, lavender stood out because it bridged the gap between superstition and science. It was a familiar herb, known for its calming properties, but it was also being studied and used in new ways. Apothecaries used it in oils and potions, believing that it could help balance the humours, purify the air, and even provide emotional relief. But it was also a part of a much broader system of thinking, one that looked to the natural world for answers and relied on both ancient wisdom and modern experimentation. Lavender's use as a purifier is perhaps the most striking example of how Renaissance apothecaries began to think about the environment in a way that reflected emerging scientific ideas. Lavender, along with other herbs like sage and rosemary, was used to fumigate homes, hospitals, and even public spaces. In an era when cleanliness was a luxury few could afford, the idea of using scent to purify the air was revolutionary. The practice was based on the belief that bad smells were a sign of disease, and by introducing pleasant aromatic scents like lavender, it was thought that one could drive out the harmful miasma that caused illness. Interestingly, this practice of using fragrance to purify the air had its roots in ancient Rome and Greece. But it was during the Renaissance that it became widespread. The idea of fumigation was introduced to Europe by scholars who had studied the ancient world, and by the 15th century lavender was one of the most popular herbs for this purpose. It wasn't just used in pharmacies, but was also burned in public spaces, during church services, and in the homes of the wealthy. In fact, lavender was so prized that it often appeared in Renaissance gardens, not just for its beauty, but for its medicinal and purifying properties. The role of lavender in purifying the air, however, was more than just a medical belief. It also had a spiritual significance. In the Renaissance, illness was often seen as a punishment or a test of faith. It was a time when the boundaries between health, religion, and spirituality were often blurred. Lavender, with its calming fragrance, was seen not only as a physical cure but as a spiritual balm. It was used in religious rituals, as an offering to gods or saints, and in the preparation of holy water. Its use was tied to the belief that health was not just the absence of disease but a harmonious balance between the body, mind, and spirit. Historians still debate the role of spirituality in Renaissance health practices, and some argue that the connection between medicine and religion was overemphasized. But it's clear that lavender, as a common and widely loved herb, played a dual role in Renaissance society. It was both a practical remedy and a symbol of divine protection. It wasn't just used by apothecaries for physical ailments, but by families, clergy, and even nobles who saw it as a tool for purifying the air, healing the body, and soothing the soul. Lavender's widespread use and association with cleanliness, healing, and protection continued to grow throughout the Renaissance. It wasn't just something that would be left behind in the dusty shelves of a long-forgotten apothecary. It was a plant that would follow Europe into the modern era. Even today, lavender continues to be a staple in modern medicine and aromatherapy, just as it was hundreds of years ago. So, the next time you catch a whiff of lavender, whether in a scented candle or a spa treatment, take a moment to think back to that crowded, herb-filled apothecary. Lavender has been with us for centuries, not just as a fragrance, but as a symbol of the natural world's power to heal and protect. The Renaissance pharmacies may be long gone, but the legacy of lavender, in both its practical and spiritual forms, continues to endure. The connection between lavender and the Black Death is perhaps one of the most fascinating aspects of this herb's history. During the 14th century, when the plague ravaged Europe, lavender became more than just a pleasant fragrance. It became a symbol of hope, a tangible way for people to ward off the invisible enemy that threatened their lives. The Black Death wasn't just a disease, it was a nightmare that shattered families, communities, and entire cities. The speed with which it spread and the devastation it caused left many wondering if there was any escape from the deadly plague. And in the midst of this chaos, lavender, with its potent aroma, was believed to offer a degree of protection, even though in truth its effectiveness in combating the plague was purely symbolic. At the time, people believed that bad air, or miasma, was the cause of disease. The idea was that foul smells or polluted air carried harmful vapours that could infect anyone who inhaled them. This belief was deeply ingrained in Renaissance medicine, and it had a profound influence on how people understood health and disease. The solution, according to many, was to surround oneself with fragrant herbs, perfumes, and essential oils, all of which were thought to purify the air and protect against sickness. Lavender, with its strong, fresh scent, was at the forefront of these aromatic defences. You can imagine the scenes that would have unfolded during this time. Families desperate to avoid the plague would have stuffed lavender into every corner of their homes, in drawers, under pillows, and even in their clothes. Some people even carried lavender with them, hanging sprigs around their necks or tying them to their belts. The idea was simple. If the air was full of the protective scent of lavender, there was a better chance of avoiding illness. Apothecaries too played their part in the lavender craze, offering potions, tinctures, and bags of dried lavender to help people protect themselves from the disease. But while lavender was a key part of these protective practices, it wasn't just used for the purpose of physical protection. It became a symbol of the emotional and psychological battle that people were facing. The constant fear of death, the uncertainty of where the plague would strike next, created a deep sense of anxiety in society. Lavender, with its soothing properties, provided comfort. It wasn't just about keeping disease away, it was also about soothing the nerves and providing a sense of calm in a time of chaos. It became a lifeline for people who were struggling to cope with the pervasive sense of doom and despair that the plague brought with it. Historians still argue whether lavender was truly effective in protecting people from the Black Death, and most modern scientists would point to the fact that the plague was carried by fleas and spread by rats, not by airborne miasma. But what lavender did offer was something more subtle, a sense of control. In an era when medicine was rudimentary at best, and disease could strike without warning, lavender gave people a way to feel like they were doing something to protect themselves. It wasn't a cure for the plague, but it was a form of resistance, an attempt to fight back against the invisible forces that seemed to control their fates. What makes this connection between lavender and the Black Death so interesting is how it highlights the intersection of superstition, medicine, and the human desire for agency in the face of overwhelming circumstances. The people of the Renaissance may not have understood the science behind disease transmission, but they knew they needed to do something to survive. Lavender, as a symbol of protection, comfort, and healing, became one of the most widely used tools in this fight. But lavender's role in the Black Death wasn't just about people using it in their homes. It was also believed to be effective in the public sphere. During times of plague, whole cities would engage in ritualistic fumigation to purify the air. Large quantities of lavender would be burned in streets, churches, and public spaces to drive out the bad air. This idea wasn't unique to Europe. It was a practice seen across many cultures, from the burning of incense in ancient Greece to the use of herbs in Chinese medicine. But in Renaissance Europe, lavender played a central role in these purification rituals. What's remarkable is how widespread this belief in the purifying power of lavender became. As the plague continued to ravage Europe, lavender wasn't just an herb, it was a cultural phenomenon. It was woven into the fabric of daily life, influencing how people interacted with their environment, how they viewed illness, and how they coped with fear. The more people believed in its power, the more they used it, reinforcing its status as a powerful remedy and symbol of safety. Of course, modern science tells us that lavender didn't have the ability to prevent or cure the Black Death. The plague, caused by the bacterium Yersinia pestis, was transmitted primarily by fleas that lived on rats, and the real cause of its spread wasn't miasma, but the unsanitary conditions in which people lived. Yet, lavender's role in Renaissance medicine wasn't about science as we understand it today. It was about perception. It was about creating a sense of order in a world where disease seemed random and uncontrollable. And in that sense, lavender did offer a kind of protection, not through its medicinal properties, but through the peace of mind it provided. Historians still argue whether lavender's role during the Black Death was more about psychology than physiology, but it's clear that this small purple flower became an enduring symbol of both hope and fear. As Europe moved beyond the devastation of the plague, lavender continued to thrive, both as a medicinal herb and as a luxury product. It was a reminder that even in the darkest times, nature could offer a sliver of light, a comforting scent, a healing balm, a symbol of resilience. So the next time you pass by a sprig of lavender or catch a whiff of its soothing aroma, remember that it's not just a fragrance. It's a connection to a time of great suffering and survival, a time when the simple act of burning lavender was one of the few ways people felt they could protect themselves from the invisible threats of the world. Lavender wasn't just about fragrance, it was about survival, in every sense of the word. In the midst of all the health crises and uncertainty, there was another important transformation happening in the world of Renaissance apothecaries, the rise of science, and with it, a renewed sense of curiosity about the natural world. This was the period when the Renaissance reached its intellectual peak, and thinkers like Leonardo da Vinci, Andreas Vesalius, and Paracelsus were challenging established medical theories and advancing the study of human anatomy, chemistry, and the healing arts. What makes lavender particularly fascinating in this context is that, while the Renaissance was ushering in a new scientific understanding of the human body, lavender remained a staple of both old and new medical practices. The apothecaries of the Renaissance, while deeply rooted in tradition, began to embrace these new ideas. They weren't just mixing herbs blindly, they were experimenting with different combinations, distilling oils, and trying to understand the chemical properties of plants. The craft of apothecaries was evolving, influenced by the emerging ideas of alchemy and chemistry. Lavender, though it had been used for centuries in various forms, was now being examined through the lens of these new scientific practices. Apothecaries didn't just see lavender as a remedy passed down through the generations. They began to consider its chemical composition, its ability to treat specific ailments, and its effectiveness as a disinfectant. In a sense, lavender became one of the herbs that bridged the gap between Old World herbalism and the dawning era of scientific medicine. The process of distillation, for example, which was central to lavender's medicinal use, became an increasingly important practice during this period. Lavender's essential oil, extracted through distillation, was highly valued for its fragrance, but it also had recognized therapeutic effects. By the mid-16th century, distillation had become a common practice in both apothecaries' workshops and physicians' offices. Lavender oil was now not just an aromatic remedy for the air, but also a tool for physical healing, believed to alleviate headaches, treat wounds, and soothe the nervous system. The use of lavender oil in treating headaches was particularly significant, as it reflected a new understanding of medicine. Instead of relying on superstitions and folk beliefs, Renaissance apothecaries were beginning to use specific remedies for specific ailments based on observation and experimentation. The belief that lavender could cure headaches wasn't just a tradition, it was grounded in the idea that the oil could have a direct effect on the nervous system, promoting relaxation and easing pain. But while lavender's use in medicine was evolving, it still held a deep connection to older, more mystical traditions. It was during the Renaissance that the practice of herbalism began to move away from purely magical beliefs toward a more systematic and scientific approach. Apothecaries, who once relied solely on the teachings of ancient Greek and Roman scholars, began to incorporate the more experimental, hands-on approach of alchemy into their practices. And lavender, with its long history of use as both a spiritual and medicinal herb, remained central in these evolving practices. Historians still argue over how much the Renaissance apothecaries truly understood the therapeutic effects of lavender. On one hand, the scientific approach to medicine was advancing, and apothecaries were becoming more adept at using herbs based on their observable effects. On the other hand, many of the remedies were still based on centuries-old beliefs and customs, passed down through families and communities. The use of lavender in these early pharmacies reflects this blending of old and new. It wasn't just about finding a cure for an illness. It was about reconciling the mystical with the scientific, the spiritual with the material. The use of lavender as both a physical and psychological remedy speaks to the complexity of Renaissance thought. During this time, people began to think more holistically about health, recognizing that both the body and the mind had to be in balance for a person to be truly well. Lavender was a perfect symbol of this dual focus. Not only was it believed to have therapeutic properties that could heal the body, but it also had a calming, soothing effect on the mind. The use of lavender for emotional well-being, as a remedy for stress, anxiety, and insomnia, was rooted in this holistic view of health. The idea of lavender as a mind-body remedy was particularly significant in an age when mental health was often overlooked or misunderstood. Renaissance apothecaries, like their predecessors in ancient Greece and Rome, were beginning to recognize that emotional distress could have physical effects. The use of lavender to calm the nerves and promote restful sleep was an early acknowledgement of the importance of mental health in overall well-being. But lavender's role in the Renaissance wasn't just limited to the apothecary. It had become a staple in everyday life, from the homes of the wealthy to the humble cottages of commoners. While the elite used lavender in perfumes and potpourris, the average person relied on lavender for much more practical purposes. It was placed under mattresses to repel insects, used to freshen up linens, and burned to purify the air. Lavender was both an aromatic luxury and a practical necessity, woven into the fabric of everyday life. Its widespread use reflected a growing appreciation for the natural world and its ability to support health and well-being. As the Renaissance gave way to the Enlightenment, lavender began to lose some of its mystical associations. However, it remained a beloved and widely used herb. Its transition from a magical protective herb to a scientifically recognized remedy marked the evolution of medicine itself, as the Renaissance blurred the lines between the spiritual and the scientific. Lavender, with its rich history of use in both medical and social contexts, was one of the plants that embodied this transition. Today, lavender is still a symbol of this blending of tradition and innovation. It continues to be used in modern medicine, aromatherapy, and personal care products. Its legacy as a versatile therapeutic herb stretches far beyond the Renaissance, and it remains a reminder of how the world of science, tradition, and spirituality can intersect. In the Renaissance, lavender was more than just a scent. It was a healing force, a symbol of balance, and a key to understanding the deeper connections between body and mind. As you sit back and relax, taking in the soothing fragrance of lavender, remember that this herb has been with us for centuries, quietly playing its part in the story of human health and healing. As the Renaissance unfolded, with its blending of scientific exploration and artistic rebirth, lavender's role continued to expand, influencing not only health practices but also cultural and social life. The emerging wealth of the merchant class and the growing influence of the Renaissance courts brought a heightened appreciation for luxury. Lavender, with its captivating fragrance, became a symbol of status and refinement. It wasn't just for warding off disease or soothing the mind, it became a key ingredient in the opulent lives of the wealthy. For the first time, lavender began to be used as much for pleasure and aesthetics as for its medicinal properties. The Renaissance saw a surge in the cultivation of luxurious herbs like lavender, which were prized for both their therapeutic and aromatic qualities. Gardens that once had simply been places for growing vegetables and medicinal herbs were now transformed into elaborate retreats filled with fragrant flowers, herbs, and exotic plants. Lavender, with its brilliant purple flowers and distinctive scent, became a centerpiece in these new gardens, adored by the wealthy as much for its beauty as for its perceived health benefits. Lavender was not only reserved for the private estates of the elite, it had its place in the courts of Renaissance Europe, especially within the powerful families like the Medici in Italy. As with most things during the Renaissance, where the wealthy led, others followed. The Medici court, for example, was known for its love of luxury and opulence, and lavender became part of that lifestyle. Lavender-infused perfumes were highly sought after, and they were used to scent clothing, bedding, and even the air in the great halls of the palaces. These aromatic perfumes were seen as a symbol of refinement and good taste, a sign that one was part of the cultured elite. But this wasn't simply about indulgence or vanity. Lavender's role in the courts of Renaissance Europe was also tied to health and well-being, particularly in the context of public hygiene and disease prevention. The elite, who had the resources to afford luxury, were also deeply concerned with health. This concern was particularly important during times when disease, such as the recurring plagues, loomed large over society. The belief that lavender had the ability to purify the air and prevent sickness made it a prized commodity, especially when many members of the aristocracy travelled frequently between cities and courts. Lavender was not just a fragrance to mask the unpleasant odours of crowded cities. It was thought to offer protection from the invisible threats carried in the air, including the deadly miasma that was still believed to be the source of many diseases. Historians continue to debate whether lavender's popularity in the Renaissance was driven more by its medicinal properties or by the growing cultural emphasis on luxury and aesthetics. Some suggest that the demand for lavender was as much about signalling one's status as it was about genuine health concerns. The elite would use lavender to communicate their wealth and sophistication, filling their homes with its sweet fragrance and using it in all aspects of daily life, from cleaning to personal grooming. Its presence in Renaissance courts and households became not just about wellness, but about power and prestige. Yet at the same time, lavender was no less valuable to the working classes, who continued to use it for its practical medicinal benefits. Lavender's affordability and accessibility meant that it remained an important part of the daily life of the common folk. For them, lavender was still a tool for health, used to treat everything from insomnia and headaches to digestive issues. Lavender's dual status as both a luxury and a practical herb highlights the complexity of its role in Renaissance society. It was in a sense a herb for all classes, though used for different purposes depending on one's social standing. As lavender moved from the apothecary to the royal court, and from the humble household to the grand palaces of Italy and France, it began to take on a more symbolic role. It wasn't just about what lavender could do for your body, it was about what it represented. To have lavender in your home, to wear it as perfume, to have it in your garden, all of these were outward signs of your taste, refinement, and wealth. Lavender's fragrance became synonymous with purity, cleanliness, and a life of luxury. It was no longer just a common herb used to ward off illness. It had become a status symbol, an essential part of a sophisticated lifestyle. At the same time, the Renaissance was also a time of incredible artistic and cultural growth. Writers, artists, and philosophers were redefining the world, and the importance of beauty and elegance in all areas of life was becoming more pronounced. Lavender, with its delicate fragrance and vivid colour, was more than just a medicinal herb. It became part of the aesthetic landscape. Its beauty and scent were celebrated in art and poetry, and its symbolic associations with health, purity and luxury were explored in the growing body of Renaissance literature. This was also a period when the concept of personal care and hygiene began to shift. Lavender, with its cleansing properties, played a significant role in this transformation. Public baths, which had been central to hygiene in Roman times, were being re-established in various forms across Europe. While public baths were not as widespread during the early Renaissance, private bathing and grooming were becoming more popular among the wealthy. Lavender was often used in the creation of bath oils and soaps, offering an aromatic and therapeutic experience. This new emphasis on personal care and cleanliness was a reflection of the Renaissance's broader cultural fascination with the human body, its health, and its beauty. Even as lavender's popularity soared, it wasn't immune to the changing tides of medical thought. As the Renaissance transitioned into the Enlightenment, the rise of scientific inquiry began to challenge traditional ideas about health and medicine. While lavender remained a beloved herb throughout the centuries, its role in health practices began to shift. No longer seen as a cure-all, it became part of a larger shift toward more standardized and evidence-based practices. Yet, its legacy endured. Today, lavender is still widely used for its calming properties, and it remains a popular ingredient in everything from essential oils to aromatherapy, continuing to hold a place in modern wellness culture. So, as we consider lavender's place in the Renaissance, it's clear that it was much more than just a herb. It was a symbol of the era's evolving understanding of health, luxury, and beauty. From the apothecaries' shelves to the royal courts, from the homes of the rich to the modest cottages of the common folk, lavender was a constant presence, offering both comfort and protection. It bridged the gap between ancient wisdom and modern scientific exploration, remaining an enduring symbol of how people sought to balance the mind, body, and spirit in a time of great change. Lavender's influence is still felt today, whether in the form of a relaxing bath, a soothing cup of tea, or a fragrant sachet placed under your pillow. It continues to remind us of the past, of the Renaissance era, when this simple flower played such a central role in the health, luxury, and culture of an entire world. In a way, lavender hasn't just survived the test of time, it has thrived, carrying with it the legacy of a much-loved herb that touched every corner of Renaissance life. The Renaissance was a time of transformation, not only in art, literature, and science, but also in the way people approach their daily lives, health, and wellness. The rise of lavender as an essential part of both medical and social life wasn't just about its role as a medicinal herb, it was also about its influence on a new cultural consciousness. As the Renaissance celebrated beauty, knowledge, and the body, lavender became more than just an herb. It became a metaphor for the era's evolving understanding of life itself. While we've seen how lavender was deeply ingrained in the world of apothecaries, both for its practical and spiritual benefits, it's important to note that its influence was felt far beyond the walls of these early pharmacies. Lavender's role in Renaissance culture extended into the realm of art and symbolism, where it began to take on meanings that went beyond the realm of health. In the hands of artists and writers, lavender was no longer just an herb to be burned or brewed. It became a symbol of purity, beauty, and divine order. One of the most significant aspects of lavender's presence in Renaissance culture was its use in the visual arts. Artists often depicted lavender as a symbol of cleanliness, purity, and calmness in their works. It was frequently incorporated into still life paintings, where the vibrant purple flowers contrasted with the muted tones of the everyday items around them. In these paintings, lavender was not just a plant, it was a visual cue for the viewer, a reminder of the delicacy of life and the importance of health and beauty. Lavender's association with the aristocracy and the elite during the Renaissance also made it a popular subject in the art of the time, often featured in portraits or as part of the decorative details in paintings of luxurious interiors. In literature too, lavender became a symbol of love, purity, and virtue. Writers of the time, influenced by the growing appreciation for nature and its restorative power, often used lavender as a metaphor in their poetry and prose. It appeared in countless literary works as a symbol of romantic love, and its delicate scent was often used to describe the beauty and innocence of a beloved. For Renaissance poets, the flower was an ideal representation of the delicate balance between the physical and the spiritual, the body and the soul. The symbolic power of lavender wasn't confined to the visual and literary arts, though. It also began to influence Renaissance philosophy, particularly in the realm of personal well-being and self-care. As the concept of individualism took hold during the Renaissance, with thinkers like Michel de Montaigne exploring the self and human nature, lavender came to represent the pursuit of personal balance. People began to see the mind and body as interconnected, with the health of one affecting the other. Lavender, with its calming and restorative properties, became an essential part of this emerging idea of self-care. In this context, lavender was also tied to the growing popularity of personal grooming and hygiene, which in Renaissance Italy and France became a reflection of one's social status. The act of using lavender for personal care was not just about cleanliness, it was a statement about one's place in society. The wealthy elite would have used lavender in their bathing rituals, adding it to water or oils to cleanse not only their bodies but their souls. Lavender baths, scented oils, and perfumes became as much a part of Renaissance beauty rituals as they were tools for health, marking a new era where grooming and personal care became intertwined with ideas of both physical and moral purity. In addition to its symbolic presence in the arts, lavender played an important role in Renaissance social life. As the use of lavender for perfumes and personal care spread through society, it became a marker of good taste and refinement. Lavender-scented accessories, such as sachets and linens, were considered essential for a well-appointed home. In courtly life, lavender-infused perfumes and oils were seen as status symbols, often given as gifts or displayed in elaborate bottles as part of one's collection of luxury items. Even in the homes of the middle and lower classes, lavender found its place as a simple but effective way to purify the air and create a pleasing atmosphere. Whether for its aesthetic appeal or its role in health and hygiene, lavender's presence was a constant reminder of the values of cleanliness, beauty, and refinement that defined the Renaissance. But lavender wasn't just about luxury or symbolic beauty, it was also deeply practical. For the common people, lavender continued to be a vital part of everyday life, providing a means of protection from disease, pestilence, and poor sanitation. In the midst of the Renaissance, when the understanding of hygiene and disease prevention was still rudimentary, lavender served as a natural disinfectant. It was used to cleanse homes, protect linens from moths, and even to freshen the air in public spaces. For the common folk, lavender was a tool for survival, offering both physical and psychological comfort in a world rife with illness and hardship. Perhaps one of the most enduring legacies of lavender in Renaissance life was its dual nature. It was both a luxury and a necessity, a symbol of refinement and a tool for survival. As Europe transitioned into the more scientifically driven Enlightenment period, the use of lavender began to take on new meanings. While its medicinal properties were now better understood and the practice of using herbs for health was becoming more systematic, lavender continued to be used as both a therapeutic agent and a luxurious indulgence. As we move into modern times, lavender's legacy from the Renaissance is still evident in many aspects of contemporary life. The use of lavender for aromatherapy, relaxation, and sleep remains popular today, and its presence in luxury perfumes, skincare, and wellness products echoes its Renaissance past. Lavender has successfully bridged the gap between ancient practices and modern science, maintaining its status as one of the most beloved and enduring herbs in human history. Today, lavender's symbolism endures as well. It is still associated with beauty, purity, and calmness, and it continues to be used in rituals of self-care and wellness. Whether used in a calming cup of tea or in the soothing scent of an essential oil diffuser, lavender remains a link to the past, a reminder of how plants and nature have long been intertwined with the human experience. In a way, lavender's journey from the Renaissance to the present day reflects humanity's enduring relationship with nature, one that seeks not only to heal, but to connect, to beautify, and to restore balance to our busy lives. Lavender's lasting influence, particularly during and after the Renaissance, reflects a broader cultural shift. one that moved from a reliance on superstition and religious faith toward a more empirical, scientific understanding of health and wellness. Yet despite the growing influence of science during the Enlightenment, lavender held a firm place in both the practical and symbolic realms. Even as medicine and health practices became more sophisticated, lavender continued to serve as a bridge between the ancient practices of herbalism and the new scientific discoveries of the era. By the late Renaissance, the framework of understanding health was changing, with scholars like Paracelsus challenging traditional medicine and pushing for the use of chemicals and minerals in healing. There was a shift away from the purely plant-based remedies that had dominated the medical landscape for centuries. The advent of more experimental approaches to medicine marked a significant departure from Renaissance herbalism. However, lavender maintained its place as both a therapeutic and a cultural staple, even in the face of these new ideas. In fact, lavender's persistence can be attributed to its versatility and the enduring appeal of its simplicity. It remained one of the most common herbs used for everyday health. Apothecaries continued to use lavender for its calming properties, its ability to relieve headaches, and even its usefulness in treating wounds. Its medicinal value was deeply ingrained in Renaissance society, with lavender appearing in various forms, from infusions to oils to salves. But lavender's role extended beyond the realm of medicine into the realm of psychology and emotions. As society's understanding of mental health began to evolve, lavender's ability to soothe anxiety, alleviate stress, and promote restful sleep became increasingly valued. In an age when stress and mental health were rarely discussed, lavender served as a simple yet effective remedy to calm the nerves and ease the troubled mind. By the time the Enlightenment began to take shape in the 18th century, many of the beliefs surrounding the healing power of plants were being scrutinized and tested. The Enlightenment heralded a new age of reason, where scientific experimentation and observation became the standard. The use of lavender as well as other herbs started to become subject to more critical analysis. Yet lavender's calming effects on the mind and body were difficult to ignore. Even in an age of new scientific paradigms, the natural world, with its inherent power to heal, continued to captivate the human imagination. Interestingly, as lavender's medicinal uses were being subjected to the growing scrutiny of scientific inquiry, its cultural significance also shifted. No longer simply associated with the mystical and the magical, lavender became a key ingredient in the burgeoning wellness industry of the modern era. The rise of aromatherapy, with its emphasis on the therapeutic use of essential oils, brought lavender back into the spotlight. It was rediscovered as a natural remedy for stress and anxiety, now validated by modern studies into its effects on the body's physiology. Lavender's transition from a folk remedy to a scientifically backed therapeutic tool shows how traditional practices can coexist with and even support modern health strategies. But lavender's persistence isn't just a testament to its usefulness as a medicine. It also reflects a deeper cultural connection to the natural world. Even as scientific progress advanced, the desire for natural remedies remained strong. Lavender became part of a larger cultural movement that valued a return to nature and the healing properties of plants. This resurgence of interest in natural wellness products and holistic health approaches in the late 20th and early 21st centuries reflects a desire to reconnect with the past, a time when the line between health, beauty, and nature was more fluid, and when plants like lavender were revered for their ability to heal both the body and the soul. Lavender's continued presence in modern times can be seen in the wide array of products that feature the flower. From essential oils to herbal teas, from bath salts to skincare products, lavender remains a staple in wellness and self-care routines. Its calming properties are still widely recognized and are sought after by those looking to reduce stress, improve sleep quality, or enhance their mood. The same qualities that made lavender so popular during the Renaissance, its soothing fragrance and therapeutic benefits, continue to make it an essential part of modern self-care practices. In today's world, lavender's appeal extends beyond just health. It's also woven into the fabric of contemporary aesthetics. Lavender fields, with their endless rows of purple flowers swaying in the breeze, have become iconic symbols of natural beauty and tranquility. The image of a lavender-scented candle or a lavender-infused bath has become synonymous with relaxation and luxury, creating an atmosphere of calm and serenity in the chaos of modern life. In this way, lavender has transformed from a symbol of Renaissance purity and healing into a modern-day symbol of self-care mindfulness, and a connection to nature. But what is it about lavender that continues to make it so enduring? Perhaps it's the fact that throughout history it has always been a symbol of balance. It represents a harmony between the physical and the spiritual, between mind and body, between luxury and necessity. Whether in Renaissance apothecaries or modern-day wellness spas, lavender remains a comforting presence, reminding us of the enduring connection between health and nature. It's fascinating to think that an herb, so simple and common, could have such a profound and enduring impact on human culture. From its place in ancient remedies to its central role in Renaissance life, lavender has travelled through centuries, remaining a constant in the world of wellness, beauty, and healing. It's one of the few herbs that has managed to adapt to the shifting tides of time, from ancient folklore to scientific validation, from royal courts to everyday households, and yet it remains unchanged at its core. As we take a moment to reflect on lavender's remarkable journey, we see how it embodies humanity's ongoing quest for balance, wellness, and connection to the natural world. Lavender's legacy, from the Renaissance to today, shows how, despite the ever-changing landscape of science, culture, and society, some things, like the healing power of plants, remain timeless. By the 17th century, as Europe's scientific revolution took full hold, lavender continued to play a role, albeit a subtler one, in the evolving landscape of health, wellness, and even trade. The period of the Enlightenment, with its emphasis on reason and empirical knowledge, saw a shift away from the medieval reliance on herbs and folk remedies. Yet, lavender, like other herbs, still had its place in the growing medical and cultural systems of the time, particularly in terms of its psychological and physiological effects. While the Renaissance had been a time of blending mysticism with emerging science, the Enlightenment aimed to distill knowledge into systematic, evidence-based approaches, but lavender remained quietly in the background of this transformation, a familiar and trusted remedy, offering both practical and symbolic comfort. As trade routes expanded during this period, the commercial cultivation and exchange of herbs became more widespread, making lavender and other once rare herbs more accessible. Lavender, now cultivated across different regions, from France to England and even in the warmer climates of Spain and Italy, was integrated into the bustling global trade networks. Just as it had flourished in the Renaissance courts, it now made its way into the hands of everyday people, further embedding itself in the fabric of daily life. In the context of European global exploration, the increase in the demand for luxury goods, spices, perfumes, and essential oils led to a boom in the cultivation of lavender. France became one of the most prominent centres for the cultivation of lavender during the 17th and 18th centuries, especially in the region of Provence. Lavender became synonymous with the French countryside, where it thrived in the sun-drenched hills of the south. As the fragrance of lavender continued to be linked with aristocratic refinement, it also found its way into the emerging fields of perfumery, contributing to the development of modern fragrances. Lavender's ability to permeate both the upper echelons of society and the everyday lives of the common folk speaks to its adaptability and universal appeal. For the wealthy, lavender became a luxury item used in perfumes, sachets, and bedding. Its presence in the courtly spheres of France, England, and Italy, associated with luxury and refinement, marked its ongoing symbolic importance in the social hierarchy. Lavender-scented bath products, lotions, and perfumes were highly coveted among the elite, symbolizing not just hygiene but also a cultivated lifestyle, one that was linked with purity, elegance, and status. For the common folk, lavender's role remained rooted in practical everyday use. It was an essential part of life in rural households, where it was used to ward off insects, treat ailments, and purify living spaces. The plant was often placed in the home to keep away pests, particularly moths, and its dried flowers were strewn among linens to provide a pleasant scent. Lavender also continued to be used in folk medicine for a variety of ailments, everything from digestive problems to headaches to minor burns. Interestingly, as Europe became more industrialized and medical practices became more standardized, lavender began to evolve in terms of how it was perceived and utilized. The shift from herbal medicine to the more modern pharmaceutical approach meant that lavender's role as a major medicinal herb gradually diminished, even though it never completely faded from public consciousness. Instead of being a front-and-center remedy for ailments, lavender became more of a supportive element in wellness products, a calm and comforting presence in a world becoming increasingly complex and driven by scientific rationalism. But while lavender's role in traditional medicine started to diminish, its importance in cultural rituals, wellness practices, and aesthetics remained intact. By the late 18th and early 19th centuries, lavender had firmly established itself in the world of luxury goods and was being used not just for health benefits, but also as a powerful tool for emotional and psychological well-being. Its calming fragrance became synonymous with relaxation, contributing to its place in the emerging fields of aromatherapy and wellness. In the context of emotional and psychological care, lavender's significance continued to grow in the 19th century. People began to seek out lavender not just for its physical benefits, but for its ability to alleviate stress, promote mental clarity, and soothe the nervous system. During a time when industrialization was causing a significant shift in the structure of society, lavender's ability to calm and soothe became more than just a simple remedy. It became a necessary antidote to the fast-paced, often anxiety-inducing world of modern life. As urbanization and industrialization brought new pressures to bear on society, lavender provided an essential moment of respite. Lavender's enduring legacy as a symbol of calmness, refinement, and health can also be seen in its presence in early modern medicine. Although new discoveries in the fields of chemistry and pharmaceuticals began to overshadow traditional herbalism, lavender's use persisted in medical apothecaries, especially as part of tonics, oils, and aromatic preparations. Even as medicine shifted toward more synthetic treatments, the natural world, with its healing plants and soothing aromas, remained an integral part of the healing process, albeit in a more complementary role. In the 20th century, lavender would experience a resurgence as part of the growing trend of holistic health and aromatherapy. The post-industrial world saw a return to natural remedies as people became more conscious of the potential side effects of pharmaceutical drugs. Lavender, with its long history of being associated with emotional well-being, became a cornerstone of the aromatherapy movement. Its essential oil was used in a variety of products designed to promote relaxation, alleviate stress, and improve sleep. In many ways, the 20th century was the renaissance of lavender's reputation as a multi-purpose remedy. Its calming, balancing properties were rediscovered and embraced by a new generation of health-conscious individuals seeking natural, holistic treatments. Lavender, which had once been the domain of apothecaries, nobles, and artists, had now become part of the broader wellness culture. It was used in everything from candles to bath oils, essential oils to teas, once again finding its place as both a remedy and a luxury. The continued popularity of lavender in modern wellness practices speaks to the lasting power of this humble herb. While its role in formal medicine may have diminished over the centuries, its significance as a cultural symbol of peace, healing, and balance has endured. Today, lavender serves as a reminder of the enduring connection between the natural world and human health, a connection that has been shaped by centuries of tradition, science, and culture. Lavender's ability to soothe both body and mind has ensured that it remains an important part of human history, from the Renaissance to the present day. As we move into the 21st century, lavender's enduring popularity is perhaps more evident than ever. In an age where technology and modernity have transformed nearly every aspect of daily life, lavender offers a counterbalance. It remains a touchstone to a simpler time when people found comfort and healing in nature, a symbol of the enduring human connection to the natural world. This simple, fragrant flower, once cherished by Renaissance apothecaries and royal courts alike, continues to thrive in modern wellness practices, proving that some traditions, no matter how old, have an innate power to transcend time. In today's world, lavender is embraced not only for its soothing qualities, but also for its flexibility. Essential oils, teas, and lotions are just a few of the countless ways lavender is used in wellness regimens. It has transcended its humble beginnings as a common herb for medicinal purposes and has woven itself into the fabric of daily life, especially in the realm of self-care. The rise of mindfulness, yoga, and aromatherapy has brought lavender to the forefront as a symbol of calm and well-being. As people increasingly turn toward natural remedies in the face of stress, anxiety, and modern ailments, lavender remains one of the most trusted and accessible tools in the wellness world. Lavender's calming scent is often used to ease anxiety, promote restful sleep, and encourage relaxation. Whether through essential oils diffused in the home or placed in a pillowcase to encourage sleep, lavender has found a place in modern therapeutic practices. Modern science has lent support to some of the claims about lavender's benefits, with numerous studies confirming its positive effects on reducing anxiety, improving sleep quality, and even lowering blood pressure. In this sense, lavender has successfully bridged the gap between ancient folk remedies and contemporary evidence-based wellness practices. But lavender's influence doesn't stop at the realm of wellness. It also continues to impact the beauty industry. With its antiseptic and antioxidant properties, lavender has become a key ingredient in many skincare products. Its soothing qualities are sought after by people with sensitive skin, while its anti-inflammatory properties make it a go-to remedy for minor burns, cuts, and rashes. Whether in moisturizers, serums, or face masks, lavender is revered not just for its calming fragrance, but also for its ability to protect and heal the skin. As the wellness and beauty industries have boomed, so too has lavender's commercial reach. Lavender's versatility as both a luxury and a utility is apparent in its widespread use in candles, bath salts, and various other scented products. The lavender-scented candle, for instance, is ubiquitous in modern homes, and its gentle aromatic presence provides a soothing backdrop to the hustle and bustle of modern life. The ability to take a simple, natural product and turn it into a symbol of relaxation and self-care is a testament to lavender's lasting power. Beyond the world of personal wellness, lavender has also made its mark in food and drink. Lavender-infused products, from syrups to teas, have become popular in the culinary world, offering a unique floral flavour to both sweet and savoury dishes. The use of lavender in culinary practices can be traced back to its historical role in both medicinal and social contexts. The rise of lavender-infused cocktails and baked goods shows how this once mystical herb has found its place in the modern gastronomic world. But the role of lavender in the 21st century isn't just about its therapeutic or aesthetic appeal. Lavender continues to embody a deeper cultural desire for simplicity, sustainability, and authenticity. In a world that is increasingly fast-paced and technology-driven, lavender serves as a reminder of the value of natural, time-tested remedies. As more and more people look for ways to disconnect from the constant demands of the modern world, lavender provides a grounding force, a reminder that sometimes the best solutions to our problems lie in the natural world around us. Furthermore, lavender's significance in the context of sustainability cannot be overlooked. As awareness of environmental issues and sustainability grows, many people are turning to lavender as a symbol of a more holistic, eco-conscious way of living. Lavender, a plant that thrives with minimal intervention and grows in abundance in many regions of the world, is often cultivated using organic and sustainable farming practices. In a world where consumers are increasingly interested in the environmental impact of the products they buy, lavender offers an eco-friendly alternative to synthetic fragrances and ingredients. But even with all its modern applications, lavender's historical significance still holds a profound place in its appeal. The long and rich history of lavender, from its ancient medicinal uses to its association with the Renaissance courts, and from its role in folk remedies to its status as a luxury item, continues to give it a unique resonance. Lavender is not just a flower. It is a living, breathing symbol of how human culture has evolved, how traditions have shifted, and how natural remedies have stood the test of time. As we look back on lavender's journey through history, it's clear that this simple, fragrant plant has had an outsized impact on human culture. Its role in Renaissance apothecaries, its symbolic significance in the courts of Europe, its widespread use in modern wellness practices, all of these elements come together to form a rich and lasting legacy. Lavender is more than just an herb. It's a cultural touchstone, a symbol of beauty, healing, and connection to the natural world. So, as you go about your daily life, perhaps taking a moment to inhale the calming scent of lavender or enjoying a cup of lavender tea, remember that this simple flower has travelled through centuries, its roots firmly planted in the soil of human history. From the bustling apothecaries of the Renaissance to the soothing, calming presence it has in your home today, lavender continues to inspire, heal, and comfort. It remains a timeless reminder of nature's power to restore balance, both to the body and the soul. As we take a step back and look at lavender's continued journey, it's hard not to be struck by its enduring appeal. Despite the many changes in how we live, work, and even think about health, lavender has remained relevant across centuries. Whether in Renaissance apothecaries, royal courts, or modern-day wellness rituals, lavender has been one of those rare elements of human history that seamlessly adapts to the evolving needs and values of society. It has persisted through revolutions in medical science, shifts in societal values, and even the rise of modern technologies, yet it still holds a place of honour in many aspects of our lives today. What's remarkable about lavender's survival is its ability to transcend trends. It hasn't been relegated to the pages of history books or forgotten in the wake of modern medicine. It continues to find new expressions and new uses, constantly reinventing itself while still holding on to the essence that has made it so beloved for centuries. Its versatility, from being a tool of disease prevention during the Black Death to a luxury item in the homes of the elite, speaks to its enduring relevance. Lavender's evolution reflects our changing relationship with nature, health, and well-being, showing how certain remedies, no matter how ancient, can stand the test of time and continue to resonate with each generation. In the world of aromatherapy, lavender's essential oil is one of the most widely used and beloved. Its soothing and calming properties have been scientifically supported, with studies showing that lavender oil can help alleviate symptoms of anxiety, stress, and even insomnia. It's a perfect example of how modern science has validated what people have known for centuries: lavender works. In fact, its presence in the wellness industry today can be viewed as a return to the holistic health practices of the past, a reminder that some of the best ways to restore balance in our lives may lie not in the latest pharmaceutical breakthroughs, but in the natural world around us. But lavender's influence isn't just confined to wellness. It continues to be used in a variety of creative and artistic ways, further cementing its place in modern culture. Its soft, calming fragrance has made it a favourite ingredient in home decor, as well as in candles, bath products, and air fresheners. Lavender, once the flower of choice in Renaissance gardens and courtyards, now graces modern-day spa retreats, home offices, and even hotel lobbies, where its signature scent promotes relaxation and tranquility. Its popularity in modern home decor, whether in the form of dried flower arrangements, oil diffusers, or scented sachets, echoes its role in the Renaissance, where lavender wasn't just a medicinal herb but an aesthetic choice, adding beauty to everyday spaces. Lavender's role in culinary applications has also expanded in recent years, taking its place in modern kitchens across the globe. The same flowers once used to flavour mead or other medieval drinks are now appearing in gourmet dishes, from lavender-infused cakes and syrups to lavender-flavoured chocolates and teas. Lavender's delicate floral taste lends itself to both sweet and savoury dishes, adding a unique depth of flavour that has captivated the palates of food enthusiasts. As food trends evolve toward using more natural and plant-based ingredients, lavender's flavour profile fits in perfectly, offering a balance of sweetness and earthiness that complements modern culinary creativity. Perhaps the most profound aspect of lavender's lasting influence is how it serves as a reminder of the enduring relationship between humans and the natural world. In an era where synthetic chemicals and artificial products are often the go-to solutions for nearly every problem, lavender offers an alternative, a natural holistic remedy that not only has healing properties, but also serves as a bridge to the past. Lavender, in all its forms, serves as a gentle reminder that we don't always need to look to the latest scientific breakthrough or technological advancement to find the answers we're searching for. Sometimes, the best solutions are the ones we've known about for centuries. As the world continues to change, lavender remains a cultural constant. From the earliest days of the Renaissance to the modern wellness trends of today, lavender has been there, offering its soothing scent, its healing properties, and its calming presence. Its symbolic importance, representing purity, peace, healing, and luxury, continues to resonate across time, reinforcing its status as one of the most beloved herbs in history. As we continue to navigate the complexities of modern life, lavender stands as a timeless companion. Its calming influence provides a much-needed respite from the stresses and pressures of contemporary existence. It's a plant that carries with it the wisdom of centuries, a tangible link between the past and the present, offering both solace and strength. Whether in the form of an essential oil diffuser, a cup of tea, or a sprig in a garden, lavender remains a source of comfort, reminding us that the simple things, nature, beauty, and tradition, still have an important place in our modern lives. Lavender's journey is a testament to its resilience, its adaptability, and its enduring relevance in a world that is always shifting and changing. It is a plant that has survived, flourished, and thrived for centuries, offering comfort, healing, and beauty in equal measure. And as long as people continue to seek peace, health, and connection to nature, lavender will undoubtedly remain a part of our lives, continuing to inspire and soothe us for generations to come. Lavender's journey from the medieval world to the modern era reflects not only its adaptability, but also its timeless ability to connect people with nature. Even as the world became more industrialized and urbanized, lavender continued to provide a grounding presence in a rapidly changing world. This herb, once revered for its medicinal properties, has evolved into a symbol of mindfulness and self-care. Its role in modern wellness practices is perhaps one of the clearest examples of how traditional knowledge can seamlessly blend with contemporary needs. The rise of the wellness industry, particularly in the late 20th and early 21st centuries, has brought lavender back into the spotlight. In an era characterized by stress, fast-paced living, and technology-induced isolation, many people are turning to lavender for its therapeutic benefits. Lavender's ability to calm the mind, ease anxiety, and improve sleep has made it a go-to remedy for those seeking relief from the mental and emotional strain of modern life. Whether it's in the form of essential oils, teas, or even lavender-scented pillows, lavender has become synonymous with relaxation, self-care, and emotional well-being. This cultural shift toward wellness has been accompanied by a broader societal interest in holistic health practices. People are increasingly aware of the potential side effects of synthetic medications and are looking for natural alternatives. Lavender, with its centuries-old reputation as a safe, gentle remedy, has found a renewed place in the health and wellness landscape. Modern aromatherapy, which emphasizes the use of essential oils to treat a range of physical and emotional conditions, has embraced lavender as one of its foundational elements. Its calming effects are well documented, and it's frequently used to treat everything from insomnia and headaches to stress and digestive problems. Lavender's resurgence in the wellness industry isn't just a passing trend. It's a reflection of a deeper cultural yearning for simplicity, nature, and balance. As people become more attuned to the negative effects of modern life, they are increasingly seeking ways to restore equilibrium. Lavender, with its long history as a natural remedy, provides a sense of connection to the past while offering comfort and healing in the present. Its continued popularity underscores the importance of nature in our lives, reminding us that some of the most effective solutions for our well-being are the simplest and most natural ones. This connection between lavender and modern wellness is evident in how it is now used in a variety of ways. Lavender essential oil is commonly found in aromatherapy diffusers, where its soothing scent can fill a room and create a calming atmosphere. Its scent is also used in massage oils and bath products, enhancing relaxation and easing tension in the body. Lavender tea, known for its mild sedative effects, is frequently consumed before bed to promote restful sleep. Its calming properties also make it a staple in meditation and yoga practices, where its soothing aroma helps to create a peaceful environment for mindfulness and relaxation. Even in the world of beauty and skincare, lavender continues to hold sway. Its anti-inflammatory and antiseptic properties make it an ideal ingredient in skincare products, from cleansers and toners to lotions and oils. Lavender's natural ability to calm irritated skin and promote healing has made it a favorite in the beauty industry, where it is often used in products designed for sensitive or acne-prone skin. The beauty of lavender, both literally and symbolically, lies in its simplicity. A plant that can be used in so many ways to improve not just the appearance of the skin, but also the health of the mind and body. The enduring nature of lavender in these modern applications speaks to its intrinsic value. It's not just a plant that's been passed down through generations for its medicinal properties. It's also a plant that has evolved alongside human needs and desires. Lavender's journey from ancient apothecaries to contemporary spas and wellness centres shows how it has adapted to the ever-changing landscape of health and beauty. Yet, despite its evolving uses, lavender remains a constant, a reminder of the importance of natural remedies, simplicity and balance in our lives. But lavender's role in modern life also extends beyond the world of health and wellness. As environmental awareness grows, lavender's cultivation and use are seen as part of a broader movement towards sustainability. Lavender, as a plant that thrives with minimal intervention and requires few pesticides, is often grown organically, making it a symbol of eco-conscious living. The demand for organic lavender products has risen in recent years as consumers become more aware of the impact of their purchasing choices on the environment. Lavender's ability to flourish without the need for synthetic chemicals aligns perfectly with the growing interest in sustainability and environmentally friendly practices. Lavender's connection to sustainability is not just about its cultivation, it's also about its use in products that promote a healthier, more natural lifestyle. From organic essential oils to handmade soaps, lavender is often featured in products that prioritize quality, sustainability, and ethical sourcing. By choosing lavender, people are making a conscious decision to support natural, eco-friendly alternatives to synthetic, mass-produced products. This shift towards sustainability and natural living is part of a larger cultural movement that emphasizes the importance of reconnecting with nature. In a world where many people feel increasingly disconnected from the natural world, lavender serves as a bridge, offering a tangible connection to the earth and its healing properties. Whether it's through using lavender in skincare, enjoying a cup of lavender tea, or simply inhaling its calming scent, lavender reminds us that we can still find solace and healing in the simple things that nature provides. In this sense, lavender is more than just a flower or a herb. It is a symbol of resilience, a plant that has endured through centuries of changing cultures, scientific discoveries, and technological advancements. It represents the enduring value of nature and the timeless human need for balance, peace, and connection. As we continue to navigate the complexities of modern life, lavender offers a quiet reminder of the importance of returning to nature and embracing the simplicity and beauty of the world around us. Whether in the form of essential oils, teas, or luxurious bath products, lavender continues to play a vital role in promoting health, wellness, and relaxation. It is a testament to the enduring power of nature to heal, restore, and uplift. And as we move forward into an increasingly complex world, lavender's timeless presence will continue to offer comfort and solace to those who seek balance and well-being. As we reflect on lavender's vast legacy, it's fascinating to see how deeply intertwined this humble plant has been with the development of human culture, health, and societal trends. Throughout history, lavender has never merely been an herb. It has been a symbol of wellness, a practical remedy, and a representation of deeper connections to nature. From its ancient use in medicinal practices to its continued prevalence in modern-day wellness trends, lavender has played a part in shaping how we view health, luxury, and even our environment. In today's world, lavender's significance extends beyond its immediate practical uses. It stands as a cultural touchstone, linking us with past generations who sought comfort, healing, and beauty in nature. But what makes lavender especially compelling in the modern context is the way it serves as a reminder of simpler, more sustainable ways of living. In a time when the world often feels dominated by fast-paced technological advancement and industrialized processes, lavender offers a return to what many are increasingly seeking, a more grounded and authentic way of life. The concept of mindful living has gained significant traction in recent years, and lavender, with its calming properties and association with peace and relaxation, perfectly aligns with this movement. Whether it's the use of lavender essential oils during a meditation practice or its presence in a relaxing bath, lavender has become a symbolic ingredient in creating spaces of tranquility in the home and within ourselves. For many people, incorporating lavender into their daily lives isn't just about health or beauty. It's about crafting moments of stillness and peace in a world that often feels too chaotic. One of the most significant modern applications of lavender is in the practice of aromatherapy. Aromatherapy has grown into a multi-billion-dollar industry, with lavender being one of the most commonly used essential oils. From stress relief to improving sleep quality, lavender essential oil is often recommended as a remedy for a variety of emotional and physical concerns. Whether used in diffusers, added to bathwater, or applied topically in oils and lotions, lavender has become synonymous with relaxation and emotional balance. Modern aromatherapy practices have shown that lavender's calming effects are not merely anecdotal. Science supports what centuries of use have suggested. Lavender works. But what makes lavender particularly interesting in aromatherapy is its ability to provide relief from both mental and physical ailments. It has been shown to reduce symptoms of anxiety, depression, and insomnia, making it an essential tool in the modern fight against stress and mental health challenges. In this way, lavender acts as a bridge between ancient healing wisdom and contemporary psychological needs. It is one of the many ways that modern wellness practices are returning to natural, holistic methods of treatment, seeking balance in a time when mental health is more prominently discussed than ever before. What's more, lavender's uses have expanded well beyond the realm of medicine. As the wellness industry grows, lavender's place in beauty products continues to be prominent. From soaps and lotions to face masks and perfumes, lavender is a go-to ingredient for those seeking natural calming and nourishing treatments. Its anti-inflammatory and antibacterial properties make it an excellent choice for skincare, while its gentle fragrance adds an element of luxury to personal care products. The skincare industry has witnessed a boom in natural and organic beauty products, and lavender's inclusion in these offerings highlights how consumers are becoming more discerning about what goes into their bodies and onto their skin. Lavender's growth in this sector also underscores the growing demand for sustainable and ethical beauty products. With consumers increasingly aware of the environmental and ethical implications of their purchases, lavender's popularity reflects the move toward cruelty-free, organic and eco-friendly practices. Many lavender products are sourced from organic farms, grown without the use of harmful pesticides, making it an appealing choice for those seeking to align their wellness practices with their values. Lavender's ability to be cultivated in an environmentally conscious manner also makes it a symbol of the growing trend towards sustainable living. In the culinary world, lavender has also carved out a distinct niche. Once seen as a novelty ingredient, lavender now appears in kitchens around the world, from gourmet restaurants to home kitchens. Its unique, slightly sweet and floral flavour pairs well with both savoury and sweet dishes. Lavender-infused dishes, from desserts to cocktails, have become increasingly popular, and it's easy to see why. It offers a distinct taste that evokes nature, calmness, and beauty, making it a natural choice for those looking to elevate their culinary experiences. Lavender syrup, lavender shortbread, and lavender lemonade have all found their way into trendy menus, showing how this herb has come full circle, from ancient medicine to modern gastronomy. But beyond its culinary and wellness uses, lavender's cultural significance continues to grow in a broader sense. It has become a symbol of calm, peace and simplicity in a world that is often overwhelming. Lavender's presence in art, music, literature, and even popular culture serves as a reminder of the ways in which nature and the human experience are intertwined. It's no coincidence that lavender appears in many works of art and literature as a symbol of peace, beauty, and tranquility. Its calming fragrance has long been linked with moments of introspection and reflection, themes that continue to resonate in today's culture. The modern love affair with lavender also speaks to a broader desire to reconnect with nature. As urbanization and technology increasingly define modern life, people are turning to plants, gardens, and natural remedies as a way to ground themselves and find solace. Lavender, in its various forms, offers a way to experience nature's healing power without leaving the home. Lavender's continued presence in gardens, products, and rituals reflects this deepening human desire to preserve a connection to the earth and its gifts. Even as lavender's commercial success has skyrocketed, it remains rooted in a sense of history. People still turn to lavender as they have for centuries, whether for its calming effects, its beauty, or its versatility. Lavender's journey, from a medicinal herb used to ward off disease in the Renaissance to a modern-day symbol of wellness, is a testament to its enduring place in human culture. Its journey through history has shaped our understanding of health, nature, and luxury. And as it continues to thrive in the modern world, lavender remains a constant reminder of the simple, natural solutions that have always been at our fingertips. As we look to the future, it seems likely that lavender will continue to hold a special place in our lives, offering comfort, healing, and beauty, no matter how much the world around us changes. It is a timeless gift from nature, a flower whose soothing presence will continue to inspire and support us for generations to come. Whether you encounter it in your garden, your cup of tea, or your favorite scented candle, lavender remains a powerful and enduring symbol of balance, peace, and connection to the natural world. Looking at lavender's journey from the Renaissance to the present day, it's clear that this simple herb has had a remarkable and enduring impact. From its use in apothecaries as a remedy for physical ailments, to its role as a symbol of tranquility, purity, and luxury, lavender has evolved into something more than just a medicinal plant. It has become a cornerstone of wellness, a symbol of the healing power of nature, and an essential part of modern self-care practices. Its versatility has allowed it to adapt to the needs of each era, and its enduring presence across centuries is a testament to its profound connection to the human experience. In a world that often feels fractured and disconnected, lavender continues to offer us a sense of continuity. It represents the idea that despite all the advancements in science, technology, and medicine, there are still simple, natural solutions that can provide comfort and healing. Lavender's presence in modern life, whether in a bottle of essential oil, a soothing tea, or a beautiful bouquet in a garden, serves as a reminder that nature, in all its simplicity and beauty, has always had the power to restore balance and bring peace. The growing popularity of lavender in contemporary wellness practices underscores a larger cultural shift toward holistic health. People are increasingly turning away from synthetic, chemical-laden products and seeking out more natural, sustainable alternatives. Lavender's gentle yet effective qualities make it an ideal ingredient in this movement. It offers a way to nurture both the body and the mind without relying on harsh, artificial substances. In this sense, lavender is more than just a symbol of health. It is part of a larger cultural reckoning that seeks to reconnect with the earth and its natural resources. At the same time, lavender's continued appeal also speaks to its timelessness. It has transcended trends, passing through history's changing tides without losing its significance. Whether used to ward off the Black Death, soothe the weary soul, or freshen a room, lavender has always been valued for its ability to bring comfort and calm. In the modern world, where life can often feel overwhelming and chaotic, lavender's enduring role as a symbol of peace and relaxation is more relevant than ever. One of the most compelling aspects of lavender's legacy is its ability to be both an everyday tool and a symbol of luxury. In the Renaissance, lavender was just as likely to be found in the homes of common folk as in the palaces of royalty. Its use was not limited to the elite. It was a versatile herb that could serve both practical and aesthetic purposes. Today, lavender's appeal continues to be wide-reaching. It is a staple in wellness and beauty products, but it's also a beloved plant found in home gardens, where people cultivate it for its fragrance, beauty, and calming presence. Its balance of practicality and luxury gives it a universal appeal that cuts across social classes and time periods. Lavender's role in food and drink also reflects its unique ability to straddle the line between luxury and everyday use. While once a rare and precious herb, lavender is now found in kitchens around the world, adding its delicate flavour to a variety of dishes. Its use in cocktails, desserts, and even savoury dishes demonstrates its versatility as an ingredient. Just as lavender has evolved from a medicinal herb to a symbol of luxury, it has now carved out a space in the culinary world, where it is appreciated for its unique flavour and its ability to elevate even the simplest of meals. But perhaps lavender's most enduring legacy lies in the way it has shaped our understanding of wellness. The modern wellness industry, with its focus on balance, mindfulness, and self-care, owes much to the traditions of the past, and lavender is a perfect example of this. As people seek to manage the stresses of modern life, they are turning to practices that have stood the test of time. Lavender's role in aromatherapy, meditation, and relaxation is part of a broader cultural movement that emphasizes self-care and emotional well-being. This resurgence in interest in lavender, especially within the context of wellness, is not just about nostalgia for the past. It's about finding balance and healing in a world that often feels out of sync. Lavender, with its long history of soothing and restoring, offers a simple yet effective way to reconnect with ourselves and with nature. In a time when many are seeking to simplify their lives and reconnect with the natural world, lavender serves as a bridge between the past and the present, offering both a sense of continuity and a path to healing. As lavender continues to be embraced for its many uses, from essential oils to culinary delights to skincare products, it remains a symbol of health, luxury, and the healing power of nature. Its continued popularity serves as a testament to the enduring value of natural remedies and the timeless appeal of plants that have been cherished for centuries. And as we continue to navigate the challenges of modern life, lavender will undoubtedly remain a comforting presence, offering a moment of peace in the midst of chaos, and a reminder that some of the best solutions to our problems have been around for centuries. Lavender, with its calming scent, its healing properties, and its rich cultural history, has transcended its role as a mere herb. It is now a symbol of balance, luxury, and well-being, a plant that has been loved and revered for centuries and continues to be a source of comfort and inspiration today. Whether used to soothe a troubled mind, add elegance to a meal, or simply provide a moment of quiet reflection, lavender's enduring presence in our lives is a testament to its timeless value and its ability to adapt to the changing needs of each generation. In the end, lavender is more than just a fragrance or a remedy. It's a living link to our past, a symbol of our ongoing relationship with nature, and a reminder that the simple things in life, beauty, peace, and connection to the earth, are often the most profound. As lavender continues to play an integral role in our lives, it's fascinating to consider how its influence is still evolving in both subtle and profound ways. From its symbolic association with relaxation and purity to its place as an everyday luxury, lavender's adaptability is unparalleled. While it once stood as a symbol of royalty, it has become a democratized symbol, equally valued in the homes of the rich and poor alike. Lavender's accessibility across social classes has allowed it to transcend historical boundaries and reach across generations, continuing to offer comfort and healing. In a society that's increasingly interested in wellness, lavender's widespread availability has contributed to its resurgence. While people have always found ways to incorporate it into their routines, whether as an oil to relieve headaches, a tea to promote sleep, or a fragrance to calm nerves, today, lavender's uses have expanded dramatically. This widespread adoption of lavender reflects a cultural shift toward embracing natural products, sustainable living, and mental well-being, all of which align with lavender's deep-rooted symbolism of balance and harmony. Lavender's continued popularity in wellness routines can be tied to its simplicity. Unlike the complex and often overwhelming array of modern pharmaceutical options, lavender offers a straightforward and accessible alternative. It doesn't require a prescription or a complicated regimen. Instead, it's a plant that can be grown in your backyard, brewed into tea, or used as an oil to calm the mind. This simplicity speaks to a broader desire for wellness solutions that feel authentic and grounded in nature. In an age when we're bombarded with countless products promising quick fixes and instant results, lavender remains refreshingly uncomplicated. One aspect of lavender's modern resurgence that cannot be overlooked is its connection to the idea of self-care. In a world that often prioritizes productivity over personal well-being, lavender offers a gentle reminder that taking time for oneself is just as important as any task on the to-do list. The growing trend of self-care, the practice of taking intentional breaks to nourish both the body and mind, has dovetailed perfectly with lavender's calming and restorative qualities. Whether it's adding a few drops of lavender oil to a warm bath, lighting a lavender-scented candle during meditation, or enjoying a cup of lavender tea before bed, the act of caring for oneself is made easier by lavender's simplicity and effectiveness. The rise of mindfulness practices and yoga has also contributed to lavender's continued prominence in modern culture. As individuals seek to achieve mental clarity, inner peace, and emotional balance, lavender has become a mainstay in these practices. It's no surprise that yoga studios and wellness retreats often include lavender in their offerings, either as a soothing essential oil or as a part of relaxation rituals. Lavender, with its ability to ease tension and calm the nervous system, enhances the experience of mindfulness and yoga, helping participants to focus on their breath and quiet their thoughts. Beyond personal care and wellness, lavender's place in the home continues to hold cultural significance. It's not just about fragrance, it's about creating an atmosphere of peace and tranquility. In many households, lavender is incorporated into everyday life, whether it's through the use of lavender-scented cleaning products, fresh bouquets, or dried lavender placed in decorative arrangements. The presence of lavender in the home has come to symbolize a dedication to creating a peaceful, healthy living environment. It serves as a gentle nudge to slow down, take a deep breath, and appreciate the present moment. As the world becomes more connected and the pace of life continues to increase, lavender's role as a calming influence is more important than ever. In fact, the modern world, with its constant noise and distractions, may very well be the reason lavender is experiencing such a resurgence. Its ability to provide a sensory escape, offering a brief respite from the overwhelming demands of modern life, has made it an essential part of many people's daily rituals. Interestingly, lavender's appeal isn't just confined to those seeking personal wellness. As we explore more sustainable ways of living, lavender has also become a symbol of eco-consciousness. The cultivation of lavender requires relatively little environmental impact, and its growth is often associated with organic and sustainable farming practices. Lavender is a perfect plant for those seeking to incorporate more eco-friendly products into their lives, offering both environmental and personal benefits. In a world increasingly concerned with sustainability and reducing our carbon footprint, lavender provides a natural, low-impact solution for wellness. This dual role, both as a wellness product and as a symbol of sustainability, makes lavender particularly relevant in today's cultural landscape. In a time when so much of modern life feels disconnected from the earth, lavender offers an opportunity to reconnect with nature. It reminds us that healing can come from the earth itself, that the solutions to many of our modern problems can be found in simple, natural remedies. Lavender's place in contemporary culture also highlights a shift in how we view wellness as a whole. It's no longer just about physical health, but also about emotional and mental well-being. Lavender, with its multifaceted uses and soothing qualities, plays a crucial role in this shift. It acts as a reminder that achieving balance is not just about physical fitness, but also about nurturing the mind, calming the spirit, and fostering a sense of peace within ourselves. As we continue to navigate an increasingly fast-paced world, lavender's presence offers a moment of pause. It encourages us to slow down, breathe deeply, and prioritize our mental and emotional well-being. Whether we encounter lavender in a cup of tea, an essential oil diffuser, or in a carefully arranged bouquet on the kitchen counter, it continues to offer comfort, healing, and a sense of connection to the natural world. Lavender's journey through history, from its roots in ancient healing practices to its place in modern wellness culture, reflects the enduring power of nature to heal, restore, and bring peace. Its legacy as a symbol of balance, luxury, and wellness will continue to thrive, offering us all a gentle reminder that sometimes the best way to care for ourselves is to return to the basics: nature, simplicity, and the timeless beauty of a simple flower. As we venture deeper into the influence of lavender in the modern world, it becomes clear that its presence is not just about its utility or calming fragrance. It has also become a cultural symbol, one that embodies the values of self-care, simplicity, and balance. These values, so integral to lavender's identity, resonate deeply in a society that is increasingly seeking ways to regain equilibrium amid the complexities and challenges of contemporary life. One of the most prominent aspects of lavender's cultural symbolism today is its role in the wellness revolution. The modern wellness movement is centered on mindfulness, holistic health, and sustainable living, values that lavender aligns with perfectly. The pursuit of well-being is no longer solely about physical health, but about emotional and mental health as well. Lavender, with its soothing properties, plays a significant role in this shift, offering people a natural way to restore calm in the midst of stress and anxiety. Its widespread use in aromatherapy, relaxation techniques, and even sleep aids highlights how the modern world has embraced lavender, not just as an herb, but as a tool for mental and emotional restoration. Perhaps one of the reasons lavender has become so deeply embedded in the wellness community is because it's so accessible. Unlike many modern wellness products that may require a special purchase or expert knowledge, lavender is simple, natural, and affordable. Anyone can plant it in their garden, purchase it in various forms, or incorporate it into their routine without a steep learning curve or complicated process. This accessibility makes lavender a perfect fit for today's culture of self-care, where small, manageable practices of wellness are often more effective and sustainable than complex regimens. This simplicity is what makes lavender so enduring. The modern wellness movement is defined by a return to nature, where people are increasingly turning to natural remedies and practices to restore their health. Lavender's role in this movement can't be understated. It's a powerful yet gentle reminder that nature itself provides many of the solutions we need to maintain balance and promote well-being. Lavender's widespread use in holistic health practices further reinforces its standing as a universal tool for restoration, offering relief from stress, improving sleep, promoting relaxation, and even alleviating symptoms of anxiety and depression. The presence of lavender in wellness practices is also intertwined with another modern trend: sustainability. In a world where many are increasingly concerned with their environmental footprint, lavender offers an eco-friendly solution. Unlike synthetic alternatives that often involve harsh chemicals or processes, lavender can be cultivated with minimal impact on the environment. It thrives in various climates, requires few resources, and is often grown organically. The demand for lavender-based products that are eco-conscious further highlights a broader societal shift towards sustainable plant-based alternatives. Lavender's ability to be both a wellness product and an environmentally friendly one makes it a symbol of a more conscious, responsible way of living. But beyond its role in the wellness and sustainability movements, lavender's continued cultural relevance also speaks to its symbolism in art, beauty, and personal expression. Lavender is often associated with calmness, elegance, and refinement. Its beauty is not just in its vibrant purple flowers, but in the way it evokes a sense of tranquility and natural elegance. It's no wonder that lavender is so frequently used in art and design, whether in home decor, floral arrangements, or even fashion. Lavender's presence in these spaces serves to remind us of the beauty and serenity that can be found in nature. It reflects a growing cultural appreciation for slow living, where beauty is found in simplicity and mindfulness. Lavender's role in home decor, for instance, has expanded far beyond just its fragrance. People have started incorporating lavender into their living spaces as a visual and symbolic element. From lavender-scented candles to lavender-infused room sprays, the presence of lavender in the home represents a commitment to creating an environment of peace and relaxation. Lavender's colour, a calming shade of purple, is often used in interior design to promote a sense of balance and serenity. It's a reminder that home is not just a physical space, but an emotional one, a place to retreat, recharge, and find inner peace. The plant's aesthetic value extends into the fashion industry as well, where lavender is often used in clothing, accessories, and perfumes. The soft, elegant hue of lavender is considered both soothing and sophisticated, and it's frequently seen in luxury goods that promote relaxation and comfort. In perfume making, lavender has long been an essential ingredient, valued not just for its scent but for the calm it evokes in the wearer. Lavender-scented perfumes have become synonymous with a refined yet accessible sense of luxury. This aesthetic connection to lavender highlights its enduring role as a symbol of quiet elegance and serene beauty. Lavender also serves as a reminder of how we, as a culture, are constantly evolving in our relationship with nature. While the 20th century was marked by rapid industrialization and a growing detachment from the natural world, the 21st century has seen a renaissance in our connection to the earth. More and more, people are recognizing the importance of living in harmony with nature, and lavender, a simple yet powerful plant, is at the forefront of this movement. Whether used in a garden, a wellness product, or a home, lavender has become a way for individuals to reconnect with the earth, grounding themselves in its healing properties. As we move forward, it's likely that lavender will continue to grow in cultural importance. Its presence in wellness routines, beauty products, and home decor will only increase, and its symbolism of balance, peace, and simplicity will continue to resonate. In a world that is increasingly complex and fast-paced, lavender offers a moment of pause, a way to slow down, reconnect, and find peace amidst the chaos. Lavender is much more than a fragrant flower or a healing herb. It is a cultural symbol, a reminder of our connection to nature, and a powerful tool for enhancing our well-being. Its journey from the apothecaries of the Renaissance to the wellness retreats of today reflects our evolving relationship with health, beauty, and the natural world. And as we continue to seek balance in an ever-changing world, lavender will undoubtedly remain a steadfast companion, offering peace, healing, and a sense of serenity that transcends time. As we continue to explore lavender's cultural and practical significance, it's fascinating to consider how this herb has become an essential part of modern life, offering solutions for both the physical and emotional challenges that many face today. Lavender has successfully transcended its historical roots and woven itself into contemporary routines, playing a prominent role in the growing movement toward holistic health. The modern desire for well-being is not limited to physical health alone. It encompasses emotional, mental, and even spiritual balance. And lavender stands as one of the most accessible, natural ways to nurture all these aspects. In a time when mental health concerns are at the forefront of public discourse, lavender's calming effects are more relevant than ever. The increase in stress, anxiety, and depression in the modern world has led many to seek natural ways to cope, and lavender has become a go-to remedy for these issues. It's a perfect example of how ancient wisdom can be applied to contemporary needs. Historically, lavender was used to soothe and calm, and today, its role in managing mental health has been validated by scientific research that supports its ability to reduce anxiety, promote better sleep, and improve overall emotional well-being. Lavender's role in reducing anxiety, in particular, speaks to its ability to gently shift the body's physiological responses. Studies have shown that the scent of lavender can lower heart rate and blood pressure, both of which are often elevated during moments of anxiety or stress. This makes lavender an incredibly effective tool for those seeking natural methods of calming their minds. Aromatherapy, in which lavender essential oil plays a central role, is now recognized as a legitimate treatment for anxiety and stress, further cementing lavender's place in the wellness world. The use of lavender in calming rituals, whether through diffusers, bath products, or simply by inhaling its scent, has become an essential practice for those seeking peace in their hectic lives. Lavender's ability to promote restful sleep is another area where its impact is particularly significant. With sleep disorders becoming more widespread in modern society, many are turning to natural remedies to improve their sleep quality. Lavender's soothing fragrance is often used in pillow sprays, oils, and sleep masks to encourage relaxation before bed. Its mild sedative properties are now backed by research that shows lavender can help reduce symptoms of insomnia, making it a natural alternative to prescription sleep aids. In a world that is often too fast-paced, where screens and distractions constantly demand attention, lavender's ability to create a tranquil environment in which to unwind and rest is invaluable. Furthermore, lavender's role in promoting mental clarity and reducing fatigue has become a vital tool for maintaining productivity and focus. In an era of information overload, burnout, and constant demands on our time, the ability to pause and recharge has become essential for maintaining a balanced life. Lavender, often incorporated into meditation or relaxation routines, helps people center themselves and clear their minds. By supporting emotional and mental well-being, lavender enables individuals to navigate the pressures of modern life with greater ease and composure. Beyond its mental health benefits, lavender is also celebrated for its contributions to physical health. Its anti-inflammatory and antiseptic properties have made it a staple in skincare products, where it is used to soothe irritated skin, reduce redness, and promote healing. Lavender's ability to calm and heal has found its way into everything from face creams to body oils, making it an essential component of many self-care routines. Whether used in a calming massage oil or applied to a cut or bruise, lavender continues to offer practical, natural solutions for everyday skincare. In addition to its role in personal wellness, lavender has also found a place in the eco-conscious movement. As people become more aware of the environmental impact of their consumption, lavender's status as a sustainable and low-impact plant has increased its popularity. Lavender requires minimal resources to grow, and it thrives in environments where other crops may struggle. This makes it a perfect symbol of sustainability, offering a natural product that doesn't place a heavy burden on the planet. Lavender's cultivation is often organic, free of harmful pesticides, and aligned with the values of eco-conscious living. Its presence in organic beauty products, sustainable home goods, and eco-friendly wellness practices underscores the desire to live in harmony with the earth. Lavender also has a place in the growing movement towards slow living. As society becomes more focused on mindfulness, conscious consumption, and the enjoyment of simple pleasures, lavender serves as a reminder to slow down, breathe deeply, and appreciate life's little moments. The use of lavender in rituals, from lighting a lavender candle during a quiet evening to incorporating lavender into a morning meditation, invites people to carve out moments of peace amid the demands of daily life. Lavender's soothing presence has become an essential part of creating an atmosphere of calm, where people can recharge and reconnect with themselves. Lavender's cultural resurgence also speaks to a growing trend of natural living. The desire to return to simpler, more organic lifestyles is reflected in the increasing popularity of plant-based, eco-friendly, and holistic health practices. Lavender, a plant that has been cherished for centuries for its healing properties, symbolizes this return to nature. It serves as a bridge between the past and present, showing how traditional remedies can meet the needs of modern society. Lavender's continued place in personal wellness products, natural remedies, and eco-conscious practices reflects a collective desire to embrace nature in all its healing forms. In the face of a rapidly changing world, lavender offers a sense of stability and comfort. It reminds us that, amidst all the technological advancements, fast-paced lifestyles, and complex challenges we face, some of the most effective tools for health and happiness are the simplest and most natural. Lavender, with its centuries of history, continues to provide solace and healing, proving that the timeless wisdom of nature still has much to offer in the modern age. It is a constant source of peace, a symbol of balance, and a reminder that in the midst of chaos, we can always turn to nature for calm and restoration. As we move forward in the 21st century, lavender will undoubtedly continue to play an essential role in shaping our understanding of wellness, sustainability, and self-care. And its legacy, rooted in centuries of human experience, will endure, offering both timeless benefits and contemporary solutions. Lavender, in its many forms, will remain a symbol of the balance we seek in our fast-paced modern world, continuing to soothe and inspire for generations to come. Looking at lavender's multifaceted role in contemporary culture, it's evident that its journey from the Renaissance to today has not been a simple one. Instead, it has evolved alongside the changing needs and values of society, carving out a place for itself in various aspects of daily life, from health and wellness to sustainability and personal expression. Lavender's endurance in the modern world speaks to its inherent versatility and enduring appeal, qualities that have allowed it to maintain relevance across centuries. One of the most striking aspects of lavender's cultural significance today is its role in personal empowerment. In a time when many people feel overwhelmed by external pressures, from career demands to social media, from financial stress to global crises, lavender offers an accessible tool for regaining control over one's well-being. It provides a simple yet powerful means of self-care, a reminder that taking small steps to nurture both the body and mind can have a profound impact on our overall health. In a world that often feels chaotic, lavender offers a sense of groundedness, a calming influence that allows individuals to reconnect with themselves. Lavender's presence in modern wellness products is not just a passing trend, but part of a larger shift in how we approach health. No longer is wellness solely about physical fitness or beauty. It's about holistic care that encompasses mental, emotional, and even spiritual well-being. Lavender, with its long history as both a medicinal and a symbolic plant, perfectly aligns with this shift. It supports the idea that true wellness comes from balance, the balance of the mind and body, the inner and outer self. By incorporating lavender into daily routines, people are actively choosing to restore that balance, to reclaim peace in the midst of an otherwise turbulent world. This focus on balance is part of a broader cultural conversation about mental health. As society becomes more open about the importance of mental well-being, lavender's role in supporting emotional health becomes increasingly valued. For centuries, lavender has been used to calm nerves, alleviate anxiety, and promote relaxation, and these qualities have only become more relevant as stress levels rise. The modern world, with its constant demands for productivity and its never-ending streams of information, can often leave individuals feeling mentally and emotionally drained. Lavender's calming properties offer an antidote to this sense of overwhelm. Its therapeutic benefits, now backed by scientific research, provide a natural alternative to pharmaceutical treatments for those seeking a gentler, holistic approach to managing anxiety and stress. Incorporating lavender into daily wellness routines has also been shown to foster mindfulness. The act of using lavender, whether through the ritual of preparing a cup of tea, applying a lavender-scented lotion, or lighting a calming lavender candle, brings attention to the present moment. This mindfulness practice helps people reconnect with themselves, step away from the distractions of the world, and create space for relaxation. Lavender, in its simplicity, encourages a moment of pause, a chance to breathe deeply and appreciate the stillness. As the world continues to speed up, lavender offers a moment of peace that serves as an anchor, grounding individuals in the present and inviting them to slow down and reconnect with their senses. Lavender's symbolism of peace and tranquility has also led to its use in various cultural and spiritual practices. It appears in many traditions as a symbol of purity and calm, often associated with meditation, healing, and even the divine. In Christian traditions, lavender has long been linked with devotion and grace, appearing in religious ceremonies as an offering or a symbol of sanctity. Its use in these spiritual contexts reinforces its reputation as a plant that connects individuals with higher states of awareness, whether those are emotional, mental, or spiritual. This connection to spirituality is reflected in how lavender is now used to create peaceful, meditative environments in people's homes and personal spaces. The presence of lavender, whether through plants, essential oils, or fragrances, helps foster an atmosphere that encourages introspection, healing, and mindfulness. Whether used in private meditation rooms, yoga studios, or simply in one's home, lavender enhances the atmosphere of calm that many people are intentionally creating in response to the demands of modern life. It serves as a reminder that, in the pursuit of well-being, creating the right environment is as important as caring for the body itself. Lavender's relationship with nature and its role in promoting sustainability also cannot be overlooked. As more people seek ways to live in harmony with the planet, lavender offers an eco-friendly and sustainable option. Lavender thrives in many different climates, is relatively easy to grow, and requires little in the way of chemicals or pesticides. This makes it an ideal plant for organic farming and sustainable practices. Lavender's ability to be cultivated with minimal environmental impact makes it a symbol of responsible living, one that aligns with a growing interest in eco-conscious lifestyles. Many people today are looking for products that not only promote wellness, but are also produced in a way that minimizes harm to the planet. Lavender's connection to sustainability is particularly relevant in the context of this broader cultural shift toward eco-friendly plant-based solutions. By choosing lavender-based products, consumers are making a choice that aligns with their values of environmental stewardship and sustainability. The demand for lavender grown organically and cultivated without harmful pesticides reflects the increasing desire to live in a way that honors the earth. Moreover, lavender's resurgence in the sustainable fashion and beauty industries shows how cultural and environmental values are deeply intertwined. Lavender's use in organic beauty products, eco-friendly cleaning solutions, and sustainable fashion, such as lavender-scented fabrics or eco-conscious lavender-themed accessories, reflects a growing interest in products that promote both personal wellness and environmental health. Lavender's place in this movement underscores its importance as a symbol of the growing intersection between self-care, eco-consciousness, and holistic living. Ultimately, lavender serves as a reminder that wellness, sustainability, and personal well-being are not separate or opposing ideals. They are interconnected and mutually reinforcing. Lavender's ability to nurture the mind, body, and spirit, while also being a sustainable, environmentally friendly plant, makes it a perfect representation of this modern approach to life. It shows us that the practices we engage in to care for ourselves can also contribute to the well-being of the planet, and that simplicity and nature often provide the most effective solutions to the challenges of modern life. As we look ahead, it's clear that lavender will continue to play an essential role in this cultural shift toward balance, mindfulness, and sustainability. Whether through its therapeutic benefits, its spiritual symbolism, or its connection to eco-conscious living, lavender will remain a central figure in the growing wellness movement. Its ability to adapt to the needs of the modern world while staying true to its natural roots ensures that lavender will continue to thrive, offering comfort, peace, and healing to future generations. As we come to the end of this journey through the many roles lavender has played throughout history, it's impossible not to marvel at the breadth of its influence. From the apothecaries of the Renaissance to the wellness practices of today, lavender has woven itself into the fabric of human experience. Its adaptability, versatility, and timeless appeal have allowed it to transcend cultural, social, and historical boundaries, continuing to offer comfort, healing, and peace to those who seek its soothing presence. In modern times, lavender's role has expanded well beyond its historical use as a medicinal herb. It has become a symbol of self-care, sustainability, and holistic wellness, providing a bridge between ancient healing traditions and contemporary health practices. Lavender's calming effects are sought after by millions who use it to alleviate stress, promote relaxation, and improve sleep quality. It serves as a reminder of the power of nature to restore balance, nurture emotional well-being, and create harmony in our often chaotic lives. Lavender's place in wellness and self-care is deeply tied to its role in mindfulness and mental health. As society grapples with increasing levels of anxiety, stress, and mental fatigue, lavender offers a natural, accessible way to find solace. Whether used in the form of essential oils, teas, bath products, or simply enjoyed as part of a peaceful moment in a garden, lavender provides a sensory experience that encourages relaxation and emotional balance. It helps people carve out moments of peace in their daily lives, offering them the tools to reconnect with themselves in an increasingly fast-paced world. Its popularity in the realm of aromatherapy speaks to the growing desire for natural remedies that offer relief from the pressures of modern life. Lavender has been scientifically proven to reduce symptoms of anxiety, improve mood, and enhance sleep, making it a cornerstone of natural wellness practices. Its soothing fragrance, now backed by research, is used in everything from air diffusers to sleep masks, and its calming properties have made it a mainstay in the growing field of holistic health. Lavender's significance also extends into the beauty and skincare industries, where its soothing and anti-inflammatory properties continue to be celebrated. Lavender has long been recognized for its ability to heal minor skin irritations, reduce redness, and promote relaxation, making it a favorite in skincare products designed for sensitive or irritated skin. Its mild antiseptic qualities have made it a natural ingredient in facial oils, lotions, and even shampoos, offering both beauty and wellness benefits in one plant. Lavender's ability to soothe and heal continues to make it a valuable addition to beauty routines, reinforcing its place in the holistic health movement. But beyond its immediate uses, lavender also plays a larger symbolic role in contemporary culture. It represents a return to nature, a reconnection to the earth and its healing properties. In a world where synthetic chemicals and artificial products often dominate, lavender stands as a symbol of simplicity, natural beauty, and environmental consciousness. Its cultivation requires minimal intervention, and its sustainable growth makes it an eco-friendly choice for both personal wellness and environmental stewardship. Lavender's presence in the world of organic beauty, sustainable agriculture, and natural products shows that wellness and sustainability can go hand in hand. In the broader context of sustainability, lavender's appeal grows as people become more conscious of the environmental impact of their consumption. Its ability to be cultivated organically, requiring little in the way of pesticides or chemical fertilizers, makes it an ideal plant for those seeking eco-friendly products. The demand for lavender-based products, grown using sustainable practices, reflects a growing desire to live in harmony with nature, to support products that are not only good for us, but good for the planet as well. Lavender's role in the sustainable living movement is a testament to its versatility, both as a healing herb and a symbol of eco-consciousness. Lavender's journey, from its use in ancient remedies to its status as a modern symbol of wellness and sustainability, highlights its enduring relevance in our lives. Whether in a bouquet in the garden, a soothing cup of tea, or a calming bath oil, lavender continues to offer us the simple yet profound gift of peace. Its fragrance, its healing properties, and its beauty bring us back to what is essential: health, balance, and a connection to the natural world. As we look to the future, it's clear that lavender will remain a constant in our lives, continuing to adapt to our changing needs and desires. Its versatility, sustainability, and timeless appeal ensure that it will continue to thrive, offering its calming presence and healing benefits to generations to come. Lavender reminds us that the simplest things, the plants, the smells, the rituals, have the power to heal, restore, and reconnect us to what matters most. In the end, lavender serves as more than just a plant. It is a living symbol of our relationship with nature, a symbol of the timeless pursuit of balance and well-being. It's a reminder that, in a world of complexity and chaos, there is still room for the simple beauty of nature to provide us with the peace and healing we all seek. From ancient apothecaries to modern wellness practices, lavender has proven that its power is not just in its fragrance, but in its ability to touch something deeply human: our need for healing, our search for balance, and our desire to reconnect with the earth. As we continue our journey into the future, lavender will remain a steadfast companion, offering its calming influence and enduring legacy of peace. It will continue to inspire, heal, and comfort, a timeless reminder of the healing power of nature and the beauty of simplicity, 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 beauty of simplicity.